Hey, 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 look what we did. We built a pinball table. So this video, we're gonna just talk about how we got here. Started about a year ago, and now we're here. Yeah. Right. So I guess they call this ultra wide body. So you need a 49-inch play field. So every time this would be my third pinball, virtual pinball project. So the second one was to repurpose the games, not really repurpose, but add additional functionality where we are still able to use the stock tables and stock functionality, but then we could just step it up to VPX, Virtual Pinball, Pinball FX3, 1080p, 60 frames, right? But this is I guess you would call this a mini, right? It's 32-inch playfield, 1080p only. We did upgrade the back box. So here, it's kind of like the 3 beers, right? That's too small. That's too big. This one's just right. Right? So this one is the actual real pinball machine, Jurassic Park Pro. So we wanted this one. This one will line up next to it and look pretty good if we change it to a wide body. So what we got from eBay is all of this stuff. There's a lockdown bar that I took off already that I'm not going to reuse. So it came with the lockdown bar, pretty much almost everything in there. The only thing that's missing, obviously, is the play field. It came with a real DMD and no back box monitor, right? So I don't know what exactly this is. It's some type of KL25Z interface board. So I'm thinking it has all the relays for the contactors, because that yellow, hopefully that yellow is 24 volts, not 12. We'll see. 2.1 surround, or not surround, 2.1, right? So just one LEPI. So we would at least need to add another amplifier so that we can get, and then add the tactile transducers for the 7.1 surround sound. I was thinking of adding a tilt bob, but with how they did this, I don't know exactly where that tilt bob will go, because normally you want it towards the front. And as you can see, they added some type of night mode switch, where those are a bunch of 3 switches that I can imagine just turns the contactors off, and maybe the turns in and out the shakers, whatever makes the most noise, I guess. And then, not a stern shaker, but it's a shaker motor, right? So, and then they added a motor controller right over here. Yeah, so 10 contactors. So what we get for 800? We got 10 contactors. This thing, really neat wiring, I can tell you that. Plunger looks legit, right? So that's an analog plunger. So not an optical one. So it looks like it's measuring the distance here. I don't know if you saw that. Right? Doesn't feel as good as this one. This one is. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Maybe we'll swap that. I don't know. So we have a bunch of buttons. We have a leaf switch over here for the flipper, but this flipper feels like it's a little too close, right? I would imagine I want this one as the flipper, right? I don't know why they would do that. That feels a little, because if my lockdown bar is right here, yeah, and I'm flipping like this, right? I flip, You normally you're flipping, you flip right here. You're hitting that one. Right, that one. So we're missing a leaf switch over here on the side, so we got to get a leaf switch for that. What else? Yeah, maybe we'll put the when we put in the. So what I did was I'm going with the 43-inch play field, and the 43-inch may land right here, right about here. So I may close this one up and move this around. We'll see how that feels. What else we have? Underneath this box here is a subwoofer. All right. We have a, let's see what that is. Oh, that's a 1224. Oh, that's a triple. 51224. Okay. DC power supply. 12 at 15, 5 at 4, so 20. What's 12 times 15? That's a lot. Okay, so that's a beefy power supply. Okay. So we have all the voltages we need in one power supply. And then, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so the one nice thing it did, it came with a DMD of some sort. So what I could tell about this, I got this from Creative Arcades, and they're based out of California, but if you look, all of these things, you know, they're in, I can only say, I don't know what, I'm guessing that's Chinese, I don't know. So I think this is made out in China. It's nice, it's already machined, so, you know, the goal was to not start from scratch, right? And this is a good starting point. You know, don't like where the flipper button is positioned. Definitely don't like this one corner and these geriatric buttons here. So what I'll probably do is take this front off, right? I like how they did the joinery here in the 45, so I'll have to take the front off. Oh, that looks like a nail. They nailed that in. They corner nailed it. So that's going to be tough right there to cut that out without destroying it. We'll see. Okay, quickly. Got it off, got the front off. It's as I suspected. It's just joinery. So easy peasy. And should be relatively straightforward. See how they split the MDF with these? Well, I'm glad they didn't use glue. I was gonna say should just use glue. Glue would have been impossible to take off without breaking it. So yeah, just joinery. Get these nails cleaned up, get this out, and then we'll tack the left side. Yeah, we'll tack the left side. All right, just call me low budget chop shop. Chopped it up. All right, we separated the bottom and the brace pieces. Well, I guess for the back, to support the back box from the two sides, right? The two sides are what's important. Those are going to be kept as is, no modification. Perfect. What needs to be modified is the bottom needs to shrink. I think these LEDs might be good, but I'm gonna take off the glue, save them, just in case, right? So I gotta take I think it's 3/4. I think I'm coming out either 2 inches or 1.5 inches. I think it's 2 inches. So taking 1 inch here and 1 inch there, and then we're wide body dimensions. So yeah. And then take a little break and record some progress. So we are just about almost done wiring this thing, but we've gone in a different direction. We're not going to stay with this case because it's too small to hold the monitor. But I could show what we've done. I've loosely wired everything to verify the output. So we have our 2 beacons. Not a standard place for the knocker. Don't mind the mess, that's just not a standard place for the knocker, but it's good enough to test. And yeah, we wired everything up just to verify. And then we have something special here. We got, I don't really see many people or anyone. I don't think I've seen anyone use that. And I don't know if you could see it. So this is a stern pinball door, coin door. And the reason why I got it was because I can swap the blank space for that. And what that is a external volume control, right? Neatly tucked into the coin door, so not having to open it, and you know exactly what it does. Easy peasy. So obviously it's specific to the pinball machine, but with a little bit of work, we're able to repurpose it, right? So it's just a 5-pin JST connector. On the right here is a rotary encoder. On the left is a headphone jack. So the plan is to take care, I don't know of any Arduino libraries that handle analog input or output. You know, I would need like a DAC or something like that for the headphones. So we're gonna handle them separate. So rotary encoder, so not a potentiometer, and just a headphone jack. So right now we took care of the rotary encoder part by, this is just a test bed here. We found the pins for the rotary encoder, and we put a Arduino. Here we have an Arduino Pro, Trinket Pro, and a 3D printed case that we just 3D printed. And we're going to turn the knob over here, and then you see the volume increase. So let me go ahead and turn the knob, whatever was playing. Yeah, so does the job. So all it is some code on our Adafruit's website, and for the rotary encoder, it just involves soldering 3 pins, right? And now we have external volume control solved, right? And we can